So the purpose of this video is we're going to show you guys how to make a god clone, and we're going to go over anything any of the other content creators missed. We're going to explain everything. We're not going to miss any steps, and anything that is confusing you guys or you're getting stuck on, I promise you we're going to go over in this video. And I can also guarantee you, whether you have 1 minute in this game or 40,000 hours, if you stick around to the end, you will have a fucking god clone. So let's get into step one. Alright, so the first step in getting god clones is the most obvious. You got to go out and get some seeds. Alright, so once you have your seeds, start planting them in opposite corners. You don't want them touching, because if they're touching, they're going to crossbreed, and that's not what we want to happen. So when you're looking for these seeds, pay attention. There's 6 genes. You'll notice you're looking for slots 1, 4, and 6 to specifically have G's and Y's. Other than that, it's pretty simple. Red is bad, green is good. You don't want H's, X's, or W's. So try to find the ones that have the most G's and Y's, and paying attention to slots 1, 4, and 6. And other than that, we can move on to the next step. Okay, so for step 3, all you're gonna do is just make clones. To do that, hold the radio menu down and then go over to the option that says clone all, and do that on all the planters to get all your clones. Alright, so once you've picked all your clones, what I like to do is put the best on the left side and the worst on the right. I keep them over here just in case I need them. And basically you're looking for slots 1, 4, and 6 to have G's and Y's. You don't want red, you want green, and then you don't want H's. And you can see, actually, I got a couple of god clones, but these aren't the one we're looking for. We want the 3 G's and 3 Y's. So I've placed them vertically, and that is because when you place them into rustbreeder.com, it is going to be listed vertically. So number 1 would be this plant, number 2 would be this plant, number 3 would be this plant, and so on and so forth. And then once you hit the calculations, which I'll show you on the next step, it's going to tell you what number you need in this list. So for instance, it might say we need a number 2, and we need a number 5, and a number 8, and a number 10. So but yeah, let me show you that on the next step. Alright, so for the next step, you're going to go to rustbreeder.com, and you're going to enter your clones in the same order that you have them listed here. So plant number 1, plant number 1, plant number 2, plant number 2, plant number 3, plant number 3, so on and so forth. And you're going to go ahead and hit calculate. Alright, and then you're going to go to the top here, and you're going to hit the number of G's to 3, and then number of Y's to 3. And it's going to give you what I like to call cards, and these cards have different options, and some of them have options underneath them. So you might run into a situation where it's asking you for a Gen 1, and you'll notice that we don't have this genetics in our list here. So what you have to do to find out what you need to make these is go ahead and click the card. You're going to click the row, and it's going to tell you what you need to make this Gen 1. But we're going to take our chances, even though there's a 50%. If you have a few planters, just, take your chances. The odds will eventually stack in your favor, and you will eventually get a god clone if you just keep planting this order. You'll notice the west icons for numbers, the 2 numbers 4, and that means it needs to be planted on the west side of the planter, and 7 and 10 are going to be planted on the east side of the planter. So just keep in mind your center sapling. We need 1 center sapling of any type. So that's any type of these. So you grab a number 4, a number 7, or a number 10, and that applies to all the cards, right? So we're going to go ahead and grab 2 number 4s. I've made some extra clones just in case I need them. A number 7 and a number 10, right? And these are going to go on the east side. So if it helps you to remember, put them on the east side of your screen, and these on the west side of your screen. When you're in the god clone stage, you are going to plant these first, and you're going to let them get to the mature stage. That way there's no chance of anything going wrong. But if you did have to make one of those Gen 1s, you would plant the center sapling first. Let it get to the sapling stage and then plant your surrounding saplings. Otherwise, they're going to crossbreed with each other and they're going to mess up the genetics on your center sapling. So with that being said, we are going to plant a few more of these, let them get to the mature stage, plant our center sapling, and hopefully, eventually, we'll have a god clone. So I'll see you on the next stage. Okay, so now that our surrounding saplings have reached the mature stage, we're going to go ahead and place our center sapling. And, you know, it's a 50% chance, so just cross our fingers. All right, see what happens. Okay, so there it is. We got our god clone on the very first try. We had a 50% chance. So again, if you're in that card or that situation, the more planners you have, the more chances, well, better odds you have to get a god clone sooner. But luckily, the very first one, we got it. And so yeah, that's it. That is the process. I hope that you guys watched until the end and you now know how to make god clones. And if you were ever confused about any other videos, this video explained everything that you needed to make a god clone. And if nothing else, just follow this process exactly. And make sure you don't skip any steps, you don't skip anything in the process. And you know, sooner or later, sometimes it takes a little time, but you will have a god clone. I promise you that. Guys, this is Captain of Storms. I really appreciate you watching and sticking around to the end. Thank you so much, and I'll see you on the next one.